小伙伴们，大家好啊！欢迎来到水之哥的奇幻式游戏攻略。这期视频是主线爬行者的狂欢。首先，我们要去裁缝店和理发店啊。这个理发店其实是额外目标，相当于一个小教程。也就是这里你可以换发型啊什么的。然后裁缝店呢这边，到时候我们去了可以解锁裁缝店的那个衣服收集啊。到时候这个先解锁了，我们在探索这个地图的时候啊，就可以捡到一些相关衣服收集的那个线索，还有那个杂志给他了之后呢，我们就可以解锁相关的衣服了。好，废话不多说，我们先到理发店。理发店是在这个波翁兹基这个公墓这边啊。你鼠标选到这个上面啊，选到这个上面，这个有个 E， 那就代表追踪了啊，就可以根据这个，然后能找到这个理发店。这里面也没别的东西啊，里面也没别的东西好像。我们就直接跟他谈话。
Come in.
Please set my hair to rights.
Yes, sir.
好，这边理发呢，就是自己就这几个东西啊，然后自己选一套，然后就没有了啊，也没别的东西。好，水这个就打成这样了。
I'm sorry. I don't usually talk to clients.
I can't help noticing that you're the
When I prepared
这边我们剧情就快速跳过了啊，因为也是附属的剧情。
they still need so
然后你要是对刚刚不满意，就换一种啊。
Yes, you...
years of prep.
好，接着我们去裁缝点啊。好，这个也就是这边北区啊，也就是我们家的这片区域，然后到裁缝工作室去。进去之后，我们可以收集一下部分东西啊，这是跟裁缝有关的东西，所以我们可以直接收集掉。好，我们可以得出结论。好，收集完之后呢，我们跟他对话。这些收集过后呢，我们就可以接到他的支线啊。
I forgot to turn the key. Sorry, what? You tell me. What is it? I need some evening wear, quick. Good proportions. Thank you. Alterations won't take long. Your name and address, sir? Victor Shulsky, 9 Green Square. I'll send a messenger when I'm done. Now, I'd like to go to my business.
我们在选择这一个呢，就刚刚我们收集的那些东西，因为得出了结论，所以我们这里有一个这个条件可以跟他对话。然后这一个我们就可以开启衣服的收集。
I couldn't help noticing you're struggling for inspiration. You've got a keen eye. The book makes it easier? I have to guess what everyone has in their mind. Is there any way I can help? I want to know what people look for in fashion these days. Back in the day, all you needed was 2 pant legs and a space for your Johnson. I don't know what else there is to it. If you tell me that, I'll be grateful. I'll sew you anything you want in return. Let me sharpen my senses. I won't bother you. All right.
接着我们接到这个裁缝的困境。 然后呢，这边裁缝的困境呢，它这个收集啊，是在每个区域的地图上会有几个线索，收集完之后这个线索会指向一个杂志，那杂志也是要自己找啊，然后找到之后呢，再把这个带给他，我们就能解锁一套服装。那这个收集呢，也会和 我们全收集篇的那个视频，然后放在一块啊。这些视频我们是主线内容。去裁缝那边对话完之后呢，你的包裹就已经送到家了啊。这时候点一下就可以了。我们先来看剧情。
Well, I don't know.
I see you went to a barber. That's something at least.
Recently I met a bearded guy who's not especially fussy about his appearance. And yes, people welcome him everywhere with open arms anyway.
Maybe he's a natural charmer. I've heard that can get you into the Imperial even without a tailcoat.
Very funny.
Are you getting dressed so we can go, or have you changed your plans?
Yes, let's go and see if I do fit in.
In that case, I'll go get changed too. Look at you. And here I worried I was the only one who looked good in trousers. Very chic choice.
Thank you. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You think Papa would be mad that we're going to a party right after his funeral?
I hope so.
Victor.
He could have kept from losing the Black Grimoire. Are we ready?
Yes, the carriage is waiting.
Welcome to the Imperial Hotel. How may I help you?
Ligia Shulska, here on the invitation of Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Yes, we are expecting you, of course. The soiree is taking place in apartment 237, second floor. I wish you a thrilling and successful evening.
I'm impressed. How did you sort that out?
Our name still means something. Let's do our best to keep it that way, all right?
Who are you, my golden slithering friend?
Victor? Victor? Victor! Can you hear me?
Yes. Of course.
These people are just waiting for us to put a foot wrong, understand? We're walking into the Viper's Den, brother.
I'm going to hang around here a little longer. I'll meet you upstairs.
See you there.
这边有几个这个线索，然后我们这边可以开始探索了。其中这边也有兴趣点，记得去点一下啊。这边我们来搜刮一下，这一个是艳艳与上流社会。我们先等会对话啊，优先先把东西给它搜刮。找完之后再回过头找这个女的对话。
Well, well, someone new. Good evening.
Good evening, Viktor Shulski.
Irina Orlova of those Orlovs. This is Natalia Obolenskaya, and this strangely quiet soul is our delightful Sofia Skawan.
Irina is exaggerating. Nice to meet you, Mr. Shulski.
The Governor General's daughter herself. How do you do?
What can you tell us?
How are you enjoying yourselves?
We can't complain. Seeing as we're debutantes, we're getting a lot of attention.
Really?
Maybe you'll tell us something about yourself.
I suspect you want to hear more about the book.
We've never met a thaumaturgist before. To tell the truth, I didn't believe they existed.
A thaumaturge. Don't worry. But now you do.
Well, it depends on what kind of trick you show us, Mr. Shulsky.
I've heard a certain secret. Do you want to hear it?
Come now, we won't tell anyone.
Or maybe I shouldn't.
Do you like being a tease?
On the other hand, I don't think I should reveal any secrets.
Do you like to be asked, Mr. Shulsky?
Forgive me, ladies, for teasing you like this. Here's the secret.
Come on, we're dying to know.
Someone was recently playing with a lock on one of the gilded cages, wondering what would happen if all the birds escaped captivity. And I know for certain it was one of you.
Sophia, that sounds like you. Admit it.
And now what will happen to us, Mr. Shulsky?
Now in exchange you tell me a secret, as you promised.
What should I choose?
Our fathers don't know we're here. There you are.
How naughty. None of your fathers know?
None. Especially not Sophia's. Otherwise he wouldn't have let her come.
I'm very satisfied with this trade.
And what now?
I need to slip away for a moment.
We should go as well. We've really forgotten ourselves around you.
That's nice to hear, but I understand. The soiree won't wait.
I hear Rumyantseva has invited a real medium.
Will there be ghosts? That I'd like to see.
这边我们拿到一个线索，然后保存一下和谢尔盖对话。这边跟他对话啊。
What did we come here for? These soirees are for old people.
Good evening. May I?
Please, we're not discussing anything consequential.
You keep on worrying about yourselves. I intend to make the most of this evening.
See, I told you he was in love. Miss Scowan is out of your league, my friend.
To say nothing of her father.
Old Scowan and I are practically on first-name terms now. You'll see.
I'm sure.
So, one eye-catching girl has already got an admirer. What does that leave us, Maxime?
Not much. The dull, the silly, or, well, the old.
En parlant de Lydia Shulska, she just passed this way.
Pigs will fly before someone fancies her.
She'd actually prefer Sophia Scowan, according to what I've heard. Well, what do you think?
My name is Viktor Shulsky.
Well, there we have it.
And I don't like what I just heard, especially about my sister.
And, what are you going to do about it?
I'm afraid we've got a few things to explain to one another. Preferably through violence.
I don't think so, Mr. Shulsky.
Where are you from? You're among polite society, not cattle.
I'm not the only one itching for a brawl, am I? What? Is one guy more than you can handle?
Let's take this out to the forecourt, gentlemen.
Sergei, my friend, anything for you.
这边这场战斗他们血量不高，但是他的集中值特别高啊。 整体难度不高。无法获得负面 buff， 我们先把它负面 buff 给它解除掉，用巫魄直接用一个这个啊，然后我们看能不能把它，我来想想啊，我看看它是什么？它是流血，它是华丽射击。我们给它一个旧伤吧。OK， 这边加上旧伤，然后这边切换一下啊。先把他的打断，因为这边我想给这边上好苦难，把他 buff 给他我弄好。哎，这个随机敌人怎么随机到他身上去了？他打了2针，没给他加上啊。这一回合我们看能不能把他打断，能不能把他打断啊？希望能打断啊，不然我们很危险。他肯定断了。没断啊，他的断了，他的没断，他会直接攻击我们。这样子的话，我们是可能直接会死，而且非常危险。这个速度很慢。我看这一波怎么办啊？也没办法。这个 OK， 我们这样子啊，没事啊，问题不大，能在他之前行动。然后这边我们看看能不能打断他，打断他的话，这样子我们就不危险了啊。但是我们有个 debuff 有点危险，如果能打断就没问题了啊。他们伤害还是挺高的，没打断。好，暂时没死啊。我竟然能打成这样子啊！太可怕了。不过没事，我们应该赢了，还能完成一个成就。生于不足6滴血以下完成不足6滴血完成一场战斗啊，这个有个成就，挺好的。这边先不管啊，我们再进去。然后我们再把这个搜刮过来啊，别忘了。这样子我们拿到一个折扇。应该是没有东西了，我们先上去。上去我们找到套间，看一下剧情先。
Mr. Solsky, I didn't expect to see you here of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
The cream of Warsaw society is here, so I thought it would be worth showing my face.
With a name like yours, I'm sure you fit right in. After all, someone must have invited you.
I'm not worthy. My sister brought me along out of pity, I think.
And so, Miss Ligia is here too.
Why do you ask?
No reason. What are you hoping for this evening?
Who knows? Maybe I'm keeping an eye out for the future Mrs. Szulska.
Best of luck. You'll need it, since Ligia ended up with the entire inheritance.
I wasn't expecting anything. Well, maybe besides having a good drink now.
Maybe some apples actually do fall farther from the tree.
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another a hand.
And what are you doing here, Mr. Konieczkin?
I'm passing the time.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flatters me. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, and someday we'll even be friends.
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another a hand.
If I may, there's one question niggling at me. How did you get so many scars?
Why do you ask?
I've heard that Russian officers in training have drunken duels with sabers after hours.
No. A very peculiar custom, if that's true.
So where did those scars come from?
I've led an interesting life.
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice. Though truth be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time. Goodbye, Mr. Szulski.
Yes, I'm sure.
好，接着我们进去优先第一件事啊，肯定是先看看有没有东西搜刮，像这种兴趣点啊，这些自己点一下。这些兴趣点是主线里面有的啊，一定要点，不然有的收集啊，然后会遗漏啊。然后这边会有一些线索，然后先搜刮，我们再去与那些人对话。一排蜡烛，这是和这个灵婆有关的神秘书籍。然后这个桌上点一下。
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
I think your idea of pretending to be a medium is fantastic.
It sounds like I impress you.
How many people know?
Is that a threat?
Your Siren is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
I noticed a wild saluter here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this saluter? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
That's not such a ladylike tone, madame. Maybe we should just let the best one catch that saluter.
You mean yourself?
So, should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Shulsky, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Shulsky, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
好，对话完之后，我们那个结论也得出来了。然后这边记得听音响啊，很多这一个留声机的录音，大部分都是在任务中拿的。但是也不排除后面就是你再过来也是能拿到的那种，但是尽量在任务中给它拿掉。我们这边先跟自己的姐姐对个话看看。
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
Victor Shulsky.
The last Shulsky to wear trousers. You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir to the fortune.
Maybe even with me. She doesn't tell my wife.
But let's talk like men. You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
First, I suggest you mind your own business. Your marriage, for instance. Perhaps Louisa isn't the ninny you take her for.
I beg your pardon?
Hasn't it occurred to you that when you leave her at home, she might also take advantage of her solitude?
What are you suggesting?
You've got a cuckold's horns. Was I being too subtle?
I suppose it's true what they say about you.
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Thank you. I've worked long and hard at that.
Good luck with your business, miss.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Have I crossed the line?
Nonsense. Any progress with Svetlana?
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira is a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Madame has spotted a saluter that's attached to one of the guests.
What kind of saluter?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, Veles.
Yes. I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind. Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know her?
No, and I don't suggest you make her acquaintance either. Skawon can't stand thaumaturges.
You enjoying yourself in this Viper's den?
The vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Because I heard a certain conflict took place in the forecourt.
Hey, they started it. I was just defending your honor.
Again?
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczkin?
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was an acquaintance of Papa's. Well, in theory, it's thanks to him that we're here.
What? Ligia?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really didn't want anything.
Yeah, he looks like a real altruist. I'm going.
我们再找灵婆对话一下啊，应该有一些东西出来了。
Do you know the hostess well?
对话完，我们再找主线目标。
No.
Svetlana Petrovna invited me, and I am doing my best to meet her expectations. Let's keep out of one another's way.
Whose soul are you summoning tonight, dear madame?
I only know which one I'd prefer to banish. Shoot.
Maybe my dead father's. If you manage that, it would spare me a lot of trouble.
Now we'll never know.
I saw one of your posters. You look different in it.
Really, the illustration doesn't reflect reality.
How should I take that? No one warned me that I should get in costume for the party.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just noting that you stand out among these boring guests.
Impudent.
Just a bit uncouth, I'd say. I'll disappear. For now.
Sometimes it's good to let things go and leave other people in peace. For your own benefit.
That isn't a very subtle threat.
Sometimes I'm not very subtle when I want something.
I respect that.
好的，接下来我们先做这个，跟他对话。
And the general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bautsky replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orloffs.
Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Viktor Shulsky.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party.
See you there.
I think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme. How do you find my soirée?
How is it being part of the Tsar's court?
It is a blessing and a curse. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling, didn't you?
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
And believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
I've already met several distinguished guests. Madame Samira definitely stands out.
She is exceptional, isn't she? Her presence is the crowning glory of the evening. Has anyone else caught your eye?
Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of the season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skawen herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you. Both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Shulsky, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's séance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soirée can offer you?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
好，这边拿到一个结论拿到一个线索，现在线索挺多的，但是不着急，我们还要在这搜刮，还有很多东西啊。这边一个，瓷砖炉，珍珠项链。那这串项链可以买下一座小镇啊，这么值钱啊！还有这个床，先把线索全部收集完再对话，这样我们才有更多的选项啊，有一些隐藏选项可以直接解决问题。好，这边得出结论。这边应该是没东西了啊，这边收集完了，我们再看看其他地方。没了啊！好，保存一下对话键。
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Shulsky?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Victor.
Ask.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the Ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The Ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him, that's all.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction? I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Your feelings of guilt, do they have something to do with Tsarina Alexandra?
With the whole empire, Ruski mir in Podavai. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
What do you intend to do now?
Nothing. The soirées will continue. Society has come to expect it. Everything will stay the same. I myself shall manage.
Do you think the Ochrana killed my father?
Your father was crushed by a building. I don't think that's how the Ochrana works.
Perhaps you're right. I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
好的，这段结束了，我们先进去。进去之后，我们继续来寻找东西啊。
Veles. Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks you can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
好的，小伙伴们保存一下啊，继续来找这个线索。这里面应该是没有了啊，这边有。我们等会儿跟他对话啊，把线索找齐了，看看还有没有，找完了再对话。OK， 没有了啊，我们去对话一下。
Mr. Shulsky, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
First, please tell me the rules of this game.
Of course, I'm being silly. After all, you've been away a long time. It's simple. Each player in turn must admit a truth or accept a dare. Anyone who doesn't must drop out of the game and thereby loses. And I don't like to lose.
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
I would guess that to you, a dare would be the lesser of two evils.
How very perceptive. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets. Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
I accept.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
好，咱们继续找啊，又是找这些东西的时候。啊，这边有一个得出结论：孤独者的秘密。装饰花瓶。倾慕者的秘密。这边沙发。掐掉的叶子。这边应该是没有的啊，不用去。 OK， 我们继续对话，保存啊。
They're getting impatient. What have you found out?
Miss Irina would like to get to know Maxim better, but she keeps hesitating.
What? She never told me. Some friend she is. And what does our dear Maxim think of that?
As far as Sergei,
Yes?
I'll be honest. He'd do anything for you.
Speak of the devil.
Ah, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Shulsky and I have completed my extra difficult dirt together.
At your service.
Now, time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
Maybe we should not reveal all our secrets to one another right away.
Mr. Shulsky, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you. Therefore, Veles chased Sofia Skawan and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? Unless you count sending her admirer on a deadly trip to Africa. It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Skawan hates thaumaturgus. The little scam. If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out.
我们就快找到这个异界种了啊！这一次剧情真的是非常丰富啊！啊，这边没有别的东西，就是直接参加这个东西就可以了。这边再跟这个利吉亚对下话。
Did I see that you've met?
哎，这个不是之前点过吗？
I'm observing.
I don't know.
Really?
Hey, they start.
这之前有过啊，问过这句话。
I'm sure she doesn't trust.
这边我稍微点快点了啊，因为这一段剧情太长
I've
了。
never liked her.
好，这边得出了一个结论。
Did you know that Pop? Absolutely.
Oh, stop quickly.
I'm going.
好，接下来我们就直接坐上去，开始主线最后阶段。
Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with these souls.
Well, it was the souls that chose me after all.
It's true. The gentleman has a card. Your face. Is everything all right, my child?
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
That's exactly the sort of person I had in mind.
Oh, is it a long-lost love?
Rather a future delightful acquaintance.
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Your devotion goes unnoticed, and you know full well why that is.
I do. I am your father's choice, not yours, aren't I?
Quiet, please.
Well, this will make your companions happy. Making fools of people, heaven forbid.
Sit down.
My poor heart.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
There is one soul I'd like to summon.
Whom do you mean?
Teofil Skalski. Does that name mean anything to you? The poor man drowned on the way to Africa, didn't he?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't know he would be killed.
Are you planning a similar fate for Sergei? All this just to get under your father's skin?
So what if it was? Do you know what it's like to live in the shadow of a cold, absent father?
Rings a bell.
Is it such a sin to want to be loved?
The powers you and your kind have are terrifying.
That's why people hate you! That's why my father is cracking down on you!
All that matters is I have what I wanted.
Don't you dare! You were supposed to stay away. I was supposed to leave here with Velis. All that work for nothing.
Tell me, what don't I understand?
Do you know who she is? Who her father is? You're right. Sophia Skawan was meant to have her flaw removed, discreetly. But I suppose it's too late for that, isn't it?
Someone hired you to remove the flaw from Sophia. Who?
Take a guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
All right, take Veles. He's yours.
Keep him. It's not him I was after, fool. What's done can't be undone. Sophia Skawan is now the center of the scandal.
I have this under control. I know how to give Sophia's story a happy ending.
I hope we don't all come to regret it.
接下来我们这场 BOSS 战呢不难啊，非常简单，我们直接开始就好了。这是谢尔盖的暗影，马克西姆的暗影，没关系啊，这都很简单。然后这巫破给他解除这个，我们可以让谢尔盖直接进入那个，看一下啊，这边是装备伤害。我们先加个苦难，这样子啊，我来加苦难。毕竟我看一下这个打我们这个集中值太多了，我来加苦难，然后。我先加一个苦难啊，他用这个，我来加苦难，我的速度比他快啊。他给他加了个防， 看一下这边能不能打断他一下。这样先给他也来一个苦难。这边呢，他有苦难，我们可以直接一个误导，虽然血很少，这边直接咬一口他就无了。没事啊，不过3点集中点有点伤啊。这边我们打一个这个震荡，加一个5回合的伤害提升。这边2个解决，他又会招3个出来啊。这边我来看一下啊。直接一巴掌这一个，然后是这边是布卡瓦奇，都是布卡瓦奇解除啊，我们一个个解除掉啊。加了一个不是防御啊，是那个双倍伤害，这长得跟防御一样，真的是。这一打的话，我的这个可能会没有了。但是不着急啊，我们现在最多掉4点这一回合。先把他这个破除掉，一拳他就没了啊。好，接下来我们还有3点的集中点，1半的血，应该是没问题的。这个直接能打60。我看一下啊，这个，然后他呢，我用这个应该是，时间有点长。这个也能直接咬死 ，OK， 没了。其实是吊死的。好，我们拿到缺陷狡诈。
Then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless.
Sophia?
Did you enjoy the show? My best so far. So, I suppose now is the time to upload.
And you, sir, what can you tell us?
Let it sink in that you're free, finally. Neither your father nor your environment define you.
Everyone heard those atrocious words from my lips. I can't undo that. But you're right. You freed me.
What will you do now?
First, I'll apologize to Sergei. I was cruel to him.
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
Farewell, Viktor Shulsky.
See you.
No, I don't think so.
Will the gentleman with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
No need, I can make it to the door. Madame, honored guests.
Victor, don't scare me like that.
Mr. Shulsky, are you all right?
I think it's time for us to go.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
See, you can always count on Mr. Konieczkin.
Victor. Thank you. That's very polite. Thank you for an interesting evening. What?
I didn't say anything.
Fine.
Ligia. Good night.
The telephone.
啊，这回我们完成了这个任务啊。这边把电话接一下，可以接个支线任务。
Hello?
Hello? Hello.
Speaking.
Victor, Uncle Sasha here. How are you? Have you visited your old stomping ground yet?
I've rediscovered some things like a comfortable bed. The city has changed a lot, as have we all. The most important thing to me right now is retrieving my father's grimoire.
Your grimoire. I wish you luck, boy.
Is there any specific reason why you're calling me?
I wanted to... I need your help, boy. It's a very delicate matter. Are you able to find a moment for your uncle?
All right. So where should we meet?
Remember where I took your kids for donuts?
I do.
Let's meet there. Maybe we can reminisce about the old days. Better days. See you then, Victor. Thank you.
这个是支线友谊的代价啊，先不着急。然后我们刚刚收服的那个韦莱斯，我们要去给他驯服，跟之前一样，直接拜访他，到公墓那个地图。
It's good to see you. Although, I think I can already see. Let's not waste time.
I'll be very grateful.
Let me share. Aren't you?
Is there something?
Nonsense. I'm just worried. Close your eyes. Follow. Do you see him? He's remarkable.
I can't tame him.
You can, and you will. Look, he's afraid of you. Calm your heartbeat. It will scare him off. Calm yourself. You look better. You slept a long time.
Yes, it feels that.
Still 19. Yet time flew.
Did you watch?
You still.
Have you seen the?
I don't know if it's the heavy clouds walking among strangely. I feel as though I
think I shouldn't.
That distressed woman. You know, I saw her in my vision. This Fietwana.
What was this?
Nothing that would sully her in you. And you know.
Help?
Bring her to me.
这边接到这个尘归尘，土归土这个 主线啊，这个主线不着急。好，小伙伴们，这期视频非常长，因为主线剧情挺多的啊，我们下期视频再见了啊，大家拜拜。